And I know it's amazing because I know how hard it is to actually put together a YouTube channel. And you guys have like 500,000 people on your YouTube channel. It's Stephanie and Adam, and it's called Fit Couples Cook. How you guys doing?
Thanks, Russ. We're good. They're good to be here.
Yeah. So, okay, tell me how did the YouTube channel start, and when did it start?
I actually started my YouTube channel about 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now 4 years ago, it was kind of a new thing for people, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what made you decide, okay, I'm going to start a YouTube channel?
Sure. So I was in college, and nobody knew how to cook.
Yeah.
And I was teaching myself how to cook. And I had already loved filming and editing for a really long time.
Yeah.
And then when I got home from college and didn't know what to do with life, I decided I was going to try to teach other people how to cook,
Right.
especially our generation, and how to cook healthy so that they didn't have to go out to eat all the time and eat unhealthy. And so then I didn't even know Adam yet. And then about 2 years later, I met Adam, and he was a personal trainer and a professional chef. I was just a home-taught chef.
Right.
But he was a professional chef, so we got together and eventually rebranded to Fit Couple Cooks.
So tell me, when you first started, what were those first couple of videos like? Like, it was just you holding the camera or did you have someone doing it for you? Like, how did you start it out?
I did everything myself on a tripod, and not really selfie mode, but just a tripod. And they're pretty funny, super cheesy.
Yeah.
Kind of embarrassing to watch now, but
that
really funny.
that's probably what makes them kind of unique and interesting, and probably why people paid attention to begin with.
Well, yeah, he's over there. He's behind
he's
your
a
cameraman.
ghost that lives in
Yeah, they usually say your first ones are your worst ones.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty funny to watch. You scroll back really far.
Do you keep them up?
When did you get excited? When was the first time you got excited? Like, wow, man, there's like 1,500 people. What was the first number that blew you away? Like, man, there are people that are actually watching this.
Not until we rebranded, actually.
Oh, really?
For 2 years, I was working really hard. I was doing 2 videos a week, and I ended up with 10,000 subscribers when we rebranded. And then that first video we did got like 20,000 views in the first week, and we were both like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it was the original meal prep video, meal prep episode 1, now has over 7 million views.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good God.
That one really took off. Yeah, and then that led into us creating the book and doing all the meal prep that we do now. Yeah.
So it says a fit couple. So you guys are a couple?
That's
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been doing this for 4 years now.
Well, no, together we've only been doing it for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah. And so how did you basically get involved?
In this,
Adam?
so once we met and I left Australia, quit my job, flew to Australia to meet Stephanie. A little bit of a love story there. And
I thought you were from Kissimmee. I thought you were from here.
From Australia. And yeah, we decided that we would rebrand the channel, and I would start cooking on the channel, and we made that first video that I was in on my own. Took off.
So when you have 7 million people have watched one of your videos, you've got we know it's different. Having people subscribe is difficult. I mean, to get them to subscribe, you've got 480,000 people. Do you get noticed when you go to the airport? Because I know you're doing a tour for this book that we're talking about, and the name of the book is Healthy Meal Prep. But when you go to different cities and stuff, do people recognize you?
Yeah, we get that a little bit. Yeah, we think we're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the waiter was like, "Hey, are you on YouTube?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in."
Oh yeah, I bet, absolutely. And I mean, being a couple, my wife's a big YouTuber. We work together on it. It's a lot of work. And so, how do you separate when is work time, when is fun times? Do you guys have kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, and that would be another added kind of level.
Oh,
I'm assuming it's work pretty much all the time.
Yep.
Pretty much.
We're trying to get better at
What's
saying,
your
okay, no
workflow?
more.
Yeah. When do you put it down? That's a good
What's
question.
your workflow like?
Usually in the morning, we're going to start with some type of cleaning the total kitchen because we're going to have to film.
Right.
And then we'll film for a couple of hours, and usually we're up doing tons of social media stuff, and I'll be editing while he's doing social media work.
Is it just you guys? I mean, obviously, I see you have a cameraman here as well. And so do you have more of a crew? Because as you get bigger, you need people replying to those comments. You need people just focusing on your social media. You need an editor. Where are you guys at with that?
Up until now, it's just us doing everything. So we answer every comment is us, and every edit is done by us, and every bit of filming is done by us. Yeah.
We really like the personal connection we develop with our followers.
That's the deal, yeah.
Yeah, so we actually really enjoy talking to our followers and answering them, and
God, I hate it.
It's a Fit Couples Cook. If you go to YouTube, that's where you can find their page. So okay, when you start, now that you're doing it and you got a cookbook coming out, I mean, obviously you're wanting to promote it, but I see you're going on a national tour as well. So I would think it'd be easy just to promote it on your channel, but instead you're going out on the road. Why is that?
Well, part of like what we want to do is like really help people, and making that one-on-one connection is really important to us. So we just said, no, we're going to go to as many cities as we can across America and meet the people that want to kind of meet us, and like just give back to them, and let them share their stories with us on how it helped them lose weight or how it helped them get back on track with their fitness goal, and that's basically all it is. It's just meeting the people.
Okay, Angel, question for Stephanie and Adam. It's Fit Couples Cook, and the book is called Healthy Meal Prep.
It's fascinating just looking at your guys' different social media platforms. And I kind of do this with mine, and I'm curious if this is kind of the same mentality or if this is just me being ridiculous. Do you treat your social media platforms differently? Like, is there a way that you engage with YouTube that is different than you engage on Instagram, that it's different that you engage on Twitter? Or is it basically you try to keep the same engagement on all platforms?
Yeah, so anywhere where someone reaches us, we're going to reach back out to them. It doesn't really matter. We would spend most of our time is invested in YouTube, putting up all the content, and then if you talk to me on Twitter, I'm still going to reply to you.
So the YouTube account is like home base, and then everything disseminates from there to all the other accounts.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Dirty Jim, we have a question for Adam and Stephanie.
Yeah, it's weird. Do you find that as people kind of start to know you guys as a couple, watch you guys interact while you do the program, that you get the feeling that they would tune in to watch even if you didn't cook that particular night, because what you're doing is at one point you learn that you really don't even need to do the cooking. After a while, you can make peanut butter and jelly. They just want to see you two interact.
Sure.
Absolutely, yeah. That's part of it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, knowing our story. So like me being from Australia, they got to see everything to do with us getting married and going backwards and forth and being separated.
Sure,
and so
soap opera of it all, yeah.
They're invested in, how it ends up, which is, it's going good.
It's going good. How long you been married?
Almost a year.
Almost a year now.
Yeah.
Oh, so the first year of marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Ryan Holmes question for Stephanie and Adam, and their site is called Fit Couples Cook.
Yeah, I imagine that people have to be invested in your story, because one of my favorite food people, I love the Keto Connect people, and that I just saw you work with them. That's awesome.
Yes.
And if they ever broke up, I'd be devastated.
Right. So, they're a good bunch.
Yeah. So do you like worry about that at all? You're like, oh no.
No way.
You worry about divorce?
No. No. We're in this.
Yeah. Tell us how you think you are or aren't going to make it.
100% gonna make it.
I meant more of would you put an argument on YouTube if you're like, we're not cooking this food and you really want to do it? You ever had that happen?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's a lot of bloopers though.
Okay.
Yeah, we
smacking each other.
Yeah, we include the bloopers, include the fun, and it's all.
Who's the more critical of the group? I found with a lot of couples that the female, and I'm not trying to be sexist, you guys are just more detail oriented. You won't send something out or post something, go live if it's not to the perfect T. I'm a little more loose. I'm like, it looks good. Throw it up there. How does it work in your relationships? And does that ever cause any kind of little issues?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of both of us have different ways of doing that. Like being the chef, that's kind of like it has to be cooked right. That's kind of how it goes. But Steph does most of the editing and stuff like that. So give it up to her. Like if she thinks it's good, I let her go with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you're in town to promote your brand new book. Tell me about the book.
So the book is a 12-week meal plan, meal prep cookbook, and it gives you recipes to cook multiple meals all at once. So if you want to learn how to meal prep, it's going to teach you how to cook your breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole week. Cook it all at once.
It's so hard, man. It's so. I mean, you go on these stints. I know, and I'm so glad you guys are here.
Let's see the book.
We've all done it. I know for me personally, I've taken that Instagram pic where I prep out the whole week, and I'm like, this is the week. I stick on it, and then like that week, I'm hardcore, and then next week rolls around, I'm like, I don't really want to cook all that stuff again. What is a little tip that you can tell? Like my wife and I are really trying.
This book looks really cool. It shows you exactly how to.
So what's a little tip you can give to a guy like me and maybe like a lot of people who are on that edge that are that haven't just fully committed?
Like a best practices kind of thing.
Well, the best tip I can give is the recipes that we create are for 4 portions. So if you let's say on your own, cook meals that have 4 portions, and then you can save 3 of them. So you don't have to cook every night, and you also don't have to feel obligated to cook 20 meals on one day.
Right. Okay.
You could also eat all 4 of those meals in one day and then not eat for 3 days.
That's true. That's the problem.
That's another way to approach it if you want to.
I do get hungry. Now, we were talking about the keto diet this morning, Ryan Holmes, and you said you had a question for him about that.
Oh yeah, I was on the keto diet. I just ended it after like 5 months. As a personal trainer and a chef, I've heard a lot of different things. Like I shouldn't be on it for a long time. Like, what are your views on it?
Personal views on it is sustainability, not practical. Like being able to do it for a long time. I don't know how you feel about how you went with it, but sustainability is kind of hard. We kind of feel like a whole food diet's a bit more balanced, a bit more sustainable, able to do it for a lot longer. But yeah, the keto diet has proven that you can shred a lot of body fat and do that periodically, like if you want to do it. But some people do it for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm just surprised how I feel bad all the time now that I'm off the diet, and I'm eating the most wonderful food, but I'm just like, oh, I'm so sleepy.
Yes, Angel, question.
Yeah, a really interesting question here in the sense of being American, being Australian, and the different cultures or different, I guess, food resources. Is there a time where you guys are battling over like recipes, or are being introduced to what's traditionally Australian meals?
We're not eating kangaroo again. God, we've already had filet and ground kangaroo.
Vegemite.
That's actually pretty funny. When the second episode, I mentioned that you can use kangaroo for this recipe, and all the comments are like, "What? You eat kangaroo? Like, no way."
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
a joke?
Yeah, you can. I mean, I know you made some kangaroo in there.
Kangaroo chili at one point. Everybody freaked out. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe you're eating a cute little kangaroo." But
They're not cute and little, and they'll beat the hell out of you if you get in their way.
Yeah, absolutely. But
kick your intestines
yeah,
open.
It's a sustainable meat in Australia, and yeah, it's widely used.
Is it lean?
Yeah, absolutely, 100% lean. The animal jumps a lot,
Sure.
so yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Adam, what has been the change in the culture? Coming from Australia, coming to America. What has been the culture shock, or there's something that is hard to get used to?
I guess. Well, I grew up near the beach and near the water, and now we live in Connecticut, and the snow just gets to me. Like that cold is.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, and so now coming down here, getting down to the south, I'm liking it. It's hot. It's hot down here. It's warm. I'm liking it. It feels like home.
Hey, when you started your YouTube channel, going back to that real quick, because it's very successful, and I totally am enamored by it, because we're trying to start our own, and it's very small right now. Did you to grow it? Did you hook up with other YouTubers? Was that one of the ways to try to grow it, or did you just keep doing what you're doing and it just kind of multiplied?
Yeah, we just, as soon as we started making that first meal prep video, the meal prep just took off. And we weren't doing too many collabs with other people. We were trying to make friends. Actually, we're really good friends with JP and Julia at Healthy Junk Food.
Healthy Junk. They're great.
They said to say hi to you guys.
They all say hi.
They're awesome people.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
So they have a lot. Like they have like over 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
They're over 2 now.
Yeah.
So how many videos do you put out a week? And it sounds like you found your niche with the meal prep. That was the big win there. So how many videos are you putting out a week? And what is something that you want to kind of go into next? Maybe something different.
So generally, it's one video a week, one meal prep video. And then in the future, just reaching out and want to do a lot of stuff with kids and schools and educating children about nutrition. I think we both felt when we were in elementary school and high school, we didn't get that base, and we learnt on later.
Yeah.
And so we want to give back to the kids and help them learn so that they can prep and they can cook.
Yep.
In Australia, do they have a rectangle pizza that was part of your school lunch?
French fries.
Yes, that was a big day when we had the
that was
pizza.
the best day.
Now, Stephanie, when it comes to the book, and that's what you're in town for, and by the way, they're going to be today. They're going to be at Writer's Block Bookstore, which is in Winter Park.
Right on. I know this.
I'm looking at the book, and it is really, really professional. Now, did somebody come to you and they're like, "Listen, we're watching your YouTube channel. It's amazing. We'd like for you guys to do a cookbook," or did you go, "You know what? We're going to make a cookbook. Let's make it look really cool"? Was it the cart before the horse, or?
It was actually right after our wedding. It was a couple days after our wedding, and we woke up in Australia, and I turned on my phone, and it was DK Publishing, and they sent us an email, and we were both like, "Whoa!"
Wow.
I bet you've had a lot of those moments, right? Because with this, your connection is an email account, and it's when you get these numbers, you're being flooded with opportunities. How do you decipher the ones you want to do and not just go for the money?
Sure.
Yeah, well, generally, it's an authentic. Like if they come to us and we feel like we've used the product, like if you've done something with Tabasco or Nutribullet, things that we use like day to day, we're like, yeah.
Yeah, we've turned down tons of brand deals because we only do it with people that we feel aligned with.
Okay, listen, we still have a ton of questions. Angel's got questions. We got listeners that have questions and stuff. So we need to go to a break. We'll be live on our YouTube channel during the breaks. If you want to check out what's going on during the break, you can. Just go to Monsters, iHeart Monsters Radio or Monsters.fm to check that out. And we're live with Adam and Stephanie. It's the Healthy Meal Plan book, and they'll be signing them today at Writer's Block Bookstore, which is in Winter Park. We'll continue with them when we come back. You're listening to the Monsters of the Morning.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You're rocking my slacks.
Yeah! I don't even know what that means.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
My wife.
It looks really good.
Is the Quantum Leap Winery the same as the bookstore?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's at the winery.
Oh, okay. There must be. There's a winery in the bookstore?
The Quantum Leap Winery.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah.
My ex-wife is the one that set this up, Leanne.
Oh, no
So
way.
yeah, so I didn't know exactly where it was. So that's where it is.
Yeah.
At Quantum Leap. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
it's
that's
great.
really cool. That's a great place. Have you been there yet?
No.
Oh, it's
Excited.
super nice.
So yeah, my wife just passed 18,000 subscribers. She has a home decor and Dollar Tree and most of the home decor stuff. So we were just having a meeting yesterday, and it's such a, it's been around for a little bit, but it's ever changing. Algorithms change. What's Amazon gonna do? And so that's why I have some, geeky shop questions, because I'm really trying to focus more on becoming more of her team, in the sense where she was basically shooting everything and doing everything, but now it's getting bigger, and we just got a pretty big sponsor yesterday. Lights Plus contacted her and wants to do a thing, and so it's
Dr. Bass and his team at OrlandoHairMD.com can help you get back a full head of hair and get back your confidence. You got a receded hairline. If you've got thinning hair, it really during the summertime, you want to wear a time and it rains, it really messes you up. If you want to get back that full head of hair, it's OrlandoHairMD.com. They've got the folks that can help you. My buddy Ron Doria will sit down with you, talk to you, and tell you exactly what to do. And they have a website at OrlandoHairMD.com, a website where they'll show you the before and after pictures, so you can see what people look like before and the incredible results afterwards, and their permanent results at OrlandoHairMD.com. Call them now at 855-234-HAIR. That's 855-234-HAIR for OrlandoHairMD.com. You'll love it. It's they've got a PRP, which is a non-surgical procedure to get back a full head of hair, and many other procedures. Find out what works best for you. It's OrlandoHairMD.com.
Oh man, this is harmless. Awesome.
Hey, what time is the book signing today? 6:30.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was right.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is my problem, is the starches. I like my breads a little too, like everybody else, but like we eat way too many starches. I love the zucchini and what's the other, squash?
So,
yeah.
Several people are saying to ask Adam about fairy bread. What's that?
Yeah. So fairy bread is an Australian delicacy, I guess, where it's like white bread, and you butter it, and then you put hundreds and thousands or sprinkles. I don't know what you would call them here.
Hundreds of thousands of sprinkles?
Tiny rainbow,
Yeah.
So it's a children's.
Jimmy's also.
It's a children's thing you have when you're in school.
Not particularly healthy then, huh?
No, at all.
Fairy bread meal prep.
Beef and sweet potato lasagna.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Banging.
Damn.
That's what my entire life, my biggest battle has been with food, trying to, because the stuff you like is not the stuff that's usually good,
I hear you.
Nachos in there.
Yeah, man.
Nachos,
Oh, really?
Honestly, all this
tacos.
stuff is exactly the stuff that I eat, but I eat the worst version.
Yeah.
And we literally were just talking about how we need to find a replacement. Buffalo chicken.
That's a big hit.
The
Buffalo
book actually
chicken.
has a little higher fat, lower carbs. So it's not keto specific, but that's part of
Might be a good transition for you.
Yeah,
it's been really rough. Like I went from like not napping and being like pretty high energy to being off this diet for the last week. I've taken like 2 naps a day. It's very frustrating because to keep that high fat is so difficult.
But you're also getting
How's the
up
book
earlier
selling?
now, dude.
The book
You're
selling?
Oh
getting up
yeah,
earlier to
sold
come here.
15,000 copies.
It
Yeah,
looks
you
great.
gotta-
We've had people come before, and it's like,
I'm throwing my
that
circadian
really
rhythm
looks
off a little
good.
bit
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna start getting up at the same time every day or something. It's like
So Writer's Block Bookstore is near Quantum Leap.
But isn't Writer's Block the old Borders or whatever?
I think it is.
Yeah. It's right in Winter Park Village.
Yeah.
Ooh, chicken souvlaki. I love that.
Yeah. Another big hit.
Yeah. Oh man.
We filmed that one in
See,
Australia.
I was
Oh,
just
that's
saying
cool.
Quantum Leap. I don't think that's it. Maybe Quantum Leap has a little thing inside of this store.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just know
This
it's at
is
the winery. That's all I know.
Wellborn Avenue. I don't know what that is.
To the streets of Metropolis and Gotham City for an experience that will blow your mind. Think you got the extra wield to power Wonder Woman's wrist gauntlets? Can you muster the strength to help Superman rescue a crashing copter? Will you act fast enough to stop
So you guys got a question, right?
No,
You got a question? Okay, good.
this summer? Justice League and Call for Heroes. The battle begins May 25th only at Madame Tussauds Orlando. Will
You guys do any
you
lives?
call?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier because then you don't have to edit.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, man.
And it's super fun to like, comment. All these comments
Oh,
are coming.
sure, especially with that many. It's like,
Yeah, lives are fun, but that's just for the vlog. For the
live
YouTube.
stream working.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have a vlog channel as well, or is it all goes to the same channel?
Yeah, put it all on the same. We thought about doing 2 separate, but it's
Then
like
that's a
so much
whole
work.
nother thing. You gotta build that one. I've seen it, actually, most of these ones have like 2, 3, 7 million. My daughter follows a lot of family ones, and they got FGTV, they got the Funnel Vision Family, they got and it's like each one has 9 to 10 million. Each videos are getting 10 million. And I'm just like, I know. And like they have 0 family time. I mean, it's insane how much work goes into it. She shot a whole bunch of stuff yesterday, and then she looked, she's like, oh, I forgot this bag. Where she was doing like a haul where she was showing off all the stuff, and got to reshoot, and we got a little studio in the back, and yeah, it's worked out well. I'm back on the air right now. Welcome on
Real Radio 104.1. I'm Russ Rollins. I'm with Dirty Jim, Angel, and Carlos. Ryan Holmes here with us today, and our special guest, it's Fit Couples Cook. It's Stephanie and Adam. They have an incredible YouTube channel, which we're very jealous of because you got like 500,000 subscribers, which is amazing.
Damn.
And the book is really, really cool. And people were texting, and they want to know when you were doing the book signing. It's today, and it's at Writer's Block Bookstore, which is in Winter Park, and it's on Wellborn Avenue. Do you know exactly where it is, Angel? Because I'm trying to think of. Are you?
Yeah, just type in that into your Google machine.
It'll tell you exactly
and
where
it
it's
will
at.
drive you right to the front door and drop you off.
So, Stephanie and Adam, the important thing that people want to know, your love story. Okay, so when
people, it's Russ.
Yeah. so who met who first? Like what happened? How'd you guys meet?
So we met on an entrepreneurial Facebook page, a very entrepreneurial spirit, both of us, and somehow we think that someone posted a post that said, add 5 random people today. And so somehow...
add 5 random people.
Yeah.
Out of 50,000.
Yeah, 50,000. Yeah. And so then one of us did, we don't know who, and at the time I was posting motivational videos on my Facebook page, and I appeared on her timeline.
Okay.
Yep. And I saw it, and he was doing this whole thing about like, why don't we say hate is gonna hate? We gotta say love is gonna love. And I was like, oh, this accent is amazing. And
so it was the accent.
Oh yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay,
and eyelashes.
So the accents and the eyelash,
not the man bun.
And so you email him.
I sent him a Facebook message, and I just said,
"What'd you say?
You want to do it?" No, just kidding.
No, I said, I don't even remember what I said.
We just started talking, and then we ended up. Let's have a
I probably
Skype.
asked what you did, and
Yeah.
he said he was a chef and a personal trainer. I was like, no way, I have a YouTube channel about healthy cooking and blah blah blah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh wow, this girl's
I
American.
I can glum on to what she's doing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then we ended up having a Skype date, and then we Skyped every day.
So that was a Skype date. Okay, so when you go on your first date, we're actually eating together. Like
are you judging each other's food
yeah,
choices?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Well, that was I guess 3 months later, because obviously I'm stuck in Australia.
So you Skype. She was in America.
Yeah.
You were in Australia.
Yeah.
And you Skype dated
for 3 months.
For 3 months.
Yeah, and then I decided
Every
to
day.
quit my job and fly to America to meet her.
Wow, that's love.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
love.
so that's wild because both of you are attractive. So nobody thought, well, listen, I probably could find someone in this town. Did that ever, But you're like, no, I just.
It's a brave new world, Russ. Couples are meeting on this thing called the internet, and they are making connections.
But there are things you can't do if he's in Australia and she's here. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you have to do the hand gesture, bro? Yeah, they're really nice people here. There are
Very nice
guests.
people.
You don't want to gross them out with your hand signals.
But
there you go, talking about screwing again.
No.
I'm just saying, like
Call
sexually,
back.
that probably
How did you
was.
guys, make babies and stuff?
Yeah, so we just made it happen and made the decision, and we came over, and then we just met for the first time at the airport. That's that's how we met.
So
really
the first time you saw her for real was in the airport. First
Yeah.
time you saw him.
Yeah.
What was that? Tell me what that moment was like.
First thing was, oh, she's shorter than I expected. Because on YouTube, like, you don't realize that the camera's a little bit higher, so everyone kind of looks a bit taller. And then I was like, yeah, she's the one.
And
That's awesome,
Stephanie,
dude.
what'd you think first time you saw him?
Thought he had really weird shaped head. you don't like see the 3D when you're on a screen.
Yeah. Like that's not what I thought his head would look like.
That's great.
When he
But
turned his head, I was like, what the heck?
Okay, so 3
That's
months,
funny.
and you finally meet in the airport. And how long did it take for you to get married from that?
I guess it was almost like 18 months, I guess, something like
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we spent 3 months together because he wanted to come for the 2 weeks that you can stay for a visitor's visa. And
Yeah.
I said, well, if we're going to figure out if this is going to work, we got to stay the full 3 months that you can.
Yeah.
So he stayed with us for 3 months in America. And then he went home and we weren't really sure what was going to happen. And then a couple months later, I flew to Australia, stayed with him. And then we hopped back and forth. And
so now the YouTube channel and cooking and the cookbook, it's your life. You do it all the time. So you're together a lot. At any point, do you get on each other's nerves, or has it been okay so far?
All the time.
100%.
All the time. That's why we have our brother Nick with us. He keeps us sane.
Yep.
And with production work, I mean, and work in general, you have to figure out, all right, who does what and how do they do it, and it seems like it's working out for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we do together, but we try to stay our distance every once in a while.
Yeah.
Give
Get
each
your
other
weird
space.
head out of here.
I think, look, that's a beautiful, amazing story. Your cookbook is awesome. If you guys get a chance to pick it up, you're going to want to. Yes, Angel.
Again, they're going to be at the Writer's Block Bookstore, and that's 124 East Wellborn Avenue, right there in Winter Park. And what time are you guys open?
6:30.
Is there a wine place in there?
It's at the Quantum Leap Winery, actually, right?
Yep.
And that's there? That's basically in there? Or
I think it's part of the same.
It's adjacent.
Right across the street from there.
Well, that's awesome. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And good luck with the cookbook.
I've seen a lot of these books before, meal prep books. I've seen them online. It's called Healthy Meal Prep. Go support them. It's a really, really, really good book with a lot of good stuff in it.
And just subscribe to their YouTube channel. It's Fit Couples Cook. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you so much.
you, guys.
All right, you're listening to the Mantra of the Morning.
Real radio is Real Music Weekend.
Thank you.
How do I get a copy of this? Is there any extras you give them, any promos or anything?
I mean, I guess you can have that one.
From anybody?
Me? Yep.
Nobody else wants it. I'll absolutely.
Sure.
Thank you.
All
I'll use the
yours.
hell out of it, and we'll post about it too. And we'll post on.
Just keep running because we got
Yeah,
great.
for sure.
Yes,
Thank you
pleasure
so much.
meeting you, and best of
man.
luck,
Cheers.
man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's in our description.
Yeah,
It's in our
I'm gonna talk to my wife.
How long is your book tour?
Oh, can I get? Do you have an extra
40
copy?
days.
We're gonna go 30
Yeah.
days. Number one.
Oh, you only brought one.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll tell my ex-wife.
Yeah. We're gonna be all the way across America. It's still another
38 days.
30 days or so.
Have fun. Enjoy yourselves.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Enjoy,
thank you.
Cool. Take a little
Nice to meet you, man.
time.
Cheers. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Pleasure meeting
Thanks,
you.
man.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. Take care. Take care, buddy. Thank you, man. See you, man.
Good. So you stole that book, bro?
I totally will.
You got this one?
Yeah.
Wait, you got it.
You didn't even have him sign it. You could have had him sign it, too.
Yeah, have him sign it.
Do you want me to go check this?
Yeah, I think she is here.
Yeah, give me your book. I'm gonna get it dirty. Like, come on.
You totally.
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll Brandi station.
I know, you can tell Russ wanted the book, too.
I know.
From your
That's what
ex-wife.
I'm doing right now. I know. You're right. I have a better chance to get one for him.
Fair.
Get me a copy of that book, please.
That is crazy.
This is actually, I want to use this. I want to stick
No,
this.
no, me too. It actually looks really good.
Do it, so we'll do it together.
That's the
And
first
be
one
like,
that-
what are you eating this week?
I did that one time and I ate all, like, 3 of the 5 meals in one day. Like, it was-
But here's the deal. Okay, I'm smoking way less. Okay, camera still on? Okay. That always hurt me eating, smoking, because you're just like, fuck it, I'll just eat this. If I have my food prepared, when I did do food prep for like the 3 weeks that I did it, it was life changing. It's like you feel like a superior human. What's up, man? You feel like a superior. You're like, I food prep and work out.
Yeah.
I have my life in order.
It's one of those,
Well,
like,
I mean, having them, and they were filming it. That's going to be on their YouTube channel. That help us some, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They'll probably make it a part of their.
Hey, so having them on our YouTube channel might help some, right? Like they were filming for theirs, so.
Hey, you want to tell the YouTubers who's coming in? Or somebody? Tell the YouTubers who's coming in.
Oh, who's coming in? It's Brandi Snyder. She's the whiskey queen, and Angel's excited about her because she's hot. Yeah.
Okay, so Brandi Snyder. Yeah.
The whiskey queen.
Is she bringing with me?
she's got some swag for us. I don't know what exactly. She's got a box there with stuff for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angel doesn't get this excited about guests ever. Yes, look how excited you are. It's almost like.
I'm maintaining my composure.
He only gets as excited when those minions are from Universal.
It's almost like the whiskey stuff.
The minions from Universal are here.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Not the same at all.
They were good, though, right?
They were great. They were awesome.
Yeah, so look how excited you are. It's almost like. I gotta think, man. I gotta think, Leanne.
Skyped for 3 months. That is.
Hey guys, I know they're looking for the cover of the book again, so boom, check that out.
Carlos totally right.
I totally. I never asked for the free shit.
No, I don't. You don't. And as soon as you skanked it, I'm like, man, oh, that's Leanne.
I saw it on your face.
I'm like, you son of a. I'm fatter than you. I need it.
That means you don't need to meal prep. You need no meals.
I need no meal prep.
Russ, I literally opened it. It's chicken parm. It's
I know.
like all the shit
Look
that
at
I
it.
like.
I mean, the way they put it together is amazing. We don't ever care about the cookbooks.
I know.
But I know Mary Ellen will love it. Absolutely love it. I got to get one of those.
It's the perfect amount, so it's not pure like keto. It's not like, because I can't do just meat. Yeah, I know you're strong about it, but I need the little starches and little breads and.
No, for sure.
You don't miss it like about a month in though. Like you just kind of get used to it.
No, I can believe that because when I wasn't eating sugar for the no cookie thing I did, after about 3 or 4 days, I wasn't craving sugar. I wasn't like, okay, I gotta have my cookie after I eat. You know, like I'm in full blown like sugar fiend.
Yeah, that's
now.
why I didn't miss like dairy. I didn't miss milk.
Yeah. The thing was, like when I did the keto diet, no sugar craving whatsoever. Been off the diet, started eating carbs again. I want to go back to my 5-pound bag of gummy bears so badly. Like I was just in Sam's the other day. They got that huge.
5 pounds?
Yeah, man, you get a 5-pound bag of gummy bears. It lasts about a week.
You eat 5 pounds of gummies? And
I was. That's why. Yeah, that's how I was able to lose 40 pounds. Now I don't eat any sugar at all.
Sugar's bad for you, man.
Super bad.
Unless it's in whiskey, then it's fine.
That's the cool thing about the keto diet too. Is like you don't drink beer, but you can drink like vodka and whatever else. It's like,
Is on keto, is it just clear alcohol?
I need that in my life.
Right?
You can do whiskey? Is it just beer because of the yeast and
It's because it's total carbs of beer.
It's eating. It's like drinking a loaf of bread.
Yeah, like a PBR. Like I didn't even realize how much.
Oh my
that's
god,
what I was
all this
drinking.
stuff in here. Honestly, guys, all this stuff in here is so good.
So I didn't put the click-through to Monsters.fm. I'm wondering if it's going to make a difference with the YouTube numbers. I don't know. I didn't have time because we're busy with guests.
You want me to grab her? Oh, yeah.
For you, Carlos Navarro. I want to thank my my son's mom, Ryan, Leanne. She just texted me back and said she'll get me a copy of that book because you skanked it.
I totally did.
The book is a healthy meal prep.
Yeah, healthy meal prep. And it's amazing. It has all of my favorite foods in it.
And those were our guests that were just in before. Man. Stephanie and Adam, which that was very cool. They are doing a book signing today. Welcome back to the Monsters of the Morning on Real Radio 104.1. By the way, we are live on our YouTube channel right now. Go to iHeart Monsters Radio on YouTube, and you can check out us live, and then or go to Monsters.fm. There's a click through there, but we've got that going on. I'm Russ Rollins along with Dirty Jim, Angel, and Carlos. Ryan Holmes here today, and we got another special guest. It's Brandi Snyder, who I've been told is the whiskey queen. Is that what you go by?
It's spirits. It's a whole spirit company.
Oh, so not just whiskey.
Moonshine.
Oh, moonshine.
I brought you guys some moonshine.
Nice.
Moonshine is good. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We've met you before, have we not?
No, actually, I met Angel a couple years ago. I had to remind him this morning.
A tattooed young lady like you, he forgot? That is very unlike Angel.
He's got so many.
Not my finer moment. But we worked. It was totally true. We worked an event together with the monster trucks, and it was a lot of fun then. And then she's gone on to do this.
So, Brandi, this is your company?
This is my liquor brand.
Wow. Okay. So explain. How do you start a liquor brand? How does one do that?
Other than Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of work. I used to own a country website called You Want Country.
Yeah.
So I'd interview country musicians It was fun.
Who was your favorite
Russ is a big
interview?
country guy.
A big country guy. Who's your favorite interview?
Kit Moore.
Oh, okay, younger guy.
Kit Moore was my favorite interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And then I went on to launching this as an apparel company, but then I wanted to do more with it. So I was like, I mean, I drink.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks.
Yeah.
I was like, this would make a great whiskey. So I went ahead and did like the trademark and
The process of making whiskey is amazing. Like I didn't realize. I went to the Jack Daniels company, and saw how they make it, and I did not know there was that much effort that goes into it. So
A lot of effort.
So how much of that that process are you involved in?
all of
Of
it.
making it, everything.
It's just me. It's made in Kentucky.
Wow.
Yep. So we have to formulate. So right now we are launching with three clear flavored
There you
three
go.
clear flavored moonshines. And then we're going to have bourbon.
Okay.
So it's a process, but the bourbon is aging.
Okay.
So
Because the bourbon, when you make that, it's got to sit for how many years?
it depends.
Yeah.
2 years minimum, but
Right.
if you're a bourbon drinker, you have to let it sit a couple more years to
Sure.
really be amazing.
And then
So
you turn the barrels every so often, and there's just so much into it. It's
there's
crazy.
storage. There's everything, labels, liquor licenses, federal and state. It's the process of the whole thing is a lot more than I imagined it would be.
yeah.
But I'm glad that I'm almost to that point where I'm almost done. I launch August 1st.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations. That's awesome.
You guys, what old barrels do you guys age your bourbon in?
Charred oak.
So the old charred white oak, and that's it. Yeah, just good old. And you sit in. Or what are you going to do it in stages? You're going to release a 3-year, 5-year, maybe a 7-year.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Bourbon is going to be my next release because I've been working on it for a while. So I started that right away.
And that
then,
business is good right now. Small batch bourbons are like almost the new craft beer right now, along with coffee, right?
Correct. It's going to be numbered. They're going to be numbered as well. So batch and barrel number. They're going to be small runs. I'm not going to be like a Jack Daniels who has, the same. Jack has like the same
The
consistent
Jack is
product.
Jack, and we understand that Jack is Jack. But the cool thing about this other, Russ, the small batch bourbon thing is because now there are a lot of connoisseurs of great bourbon out there, and there are a lot of people, trying to make good bourbon. That when you make these small batches, a lot of people just snatch them up. Will buy a case at a time because they want it to sit and age there and do their own thing. So it's actually really neat what's happening to that business.
Brandi Snyder is here, and she's got her own company making her own bourbon. How important? How important is the packaging? I would think it'd be very, very important because I know a lot of people will just go to the store and like, oh, that bottle looks good. And they don't know what it tastes like. Is that something that you're cognizant of?
Well, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And I think most girls actually are more visual
Totally.
than guys.
Yeah.
So that was the most important thing to me. Mine are actually in glass flasks.
Okay.
And I've kind of made them into me. They look just like you would imagine if you knew me. They look amazing, and they actually are all of my favorite colors. I have like a simple color palette, so I've kind of molded the whole company to kind of fit my personality as well.
That's awesome.
Even the apparel, like there's no pink.
Yeah.
In my line.
Yeah.
I'm not
'Cause
exactly.
you got sleeve tattoos. You're a beautiful woman, and so you use what kind of colors do you use then?
Gray,
Yeah.
camo. Olive green.
She's got the
black.
swag in there for
Talk to the
she'll
audience,
show
right?
it to us here in a second. But when you're doing the process of coming up with the flavor for whether the moonshines or for the whiskey, what is that like? Are you sitting there with like your guys and it's like I need it to be like this or I need it to be more like that?
Absolutely. In Kentucky, which I've had to visit many times for this process, there is a company there that I use, and we actually sit down, and it's like a little lab, and we actually sit there and review flavors. So for maple bacon, which is my signature launch flavor, we actually had to pick which maple we wanted to use and which bacon we wanted to use and formulate it.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a bad process, especially when you're there and it's like 9 a.m. and you're in the lab creating what you want to produce.
And coincidentally, maple bacon was Russ's old stripper name.
What kind of permits do you have to get in Kentucky in order to make whiskey? How difficult is it? Or you're not making whiskey, it's bourbon. Okay, before I answer that question, the difference between whiskey and bourbon is?
There are lots of differences.
Bunch.
There are lots of differences. But first, let me just tell you that the first thing that comes out of the still is basically a moonshine.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I'm making first.
Yeah.
Why am I making that first? Because I don't have to age it. It's a quicker launch.
Sell it right away, yeah.
And honestly, I love moonshine, but a lot of moonshine is really hard to drink.
Yeah.
So this is 70 proof.
What do you mix moonshine with if you're going to mix it with anything?
You know what? I drink it straight. I brought you guys some.
You drink it straight?
I brought you guys some. I hope you're going to drink it this morning.
Well, let me see the packaging.
Shine is a sipping liquor, man. I mean, that's kind of how sip it out of
Maple
mason
bacon.
jars on your front porch.
These are just sample bottles.
Maple
guys.
bacon for maple bacon.
See here. Oh yeah.
And that's what
Here's
she's talking
another
about right now is that if you go to a lot of bars,
Southernality.
they'll do the moonshine, and basically it's overproofed, and it's
it's hard to drink.
Yeah, it's over 100 proof and everything, and it'll get on you.
Oh, man.
And this is more of a sensible kind of sipping moonshine. Like you said, it was what, 70
Sensible
proof?
moonshine.
It's
That's an
70
oxymoron.
Put down this, man. Put that right
I
here.
like to call it a
Smells good.
comfortable spirit.
Let me smell.
It smells good, man. It smells
Taste
like.
it.
I will.
Taste it.
Russ just put it on like an old lady puts on cologne.
Where are my white diamonds?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Accidentally just smelled the microphone. That was bad.
Brandy, that is really good.
Good. It's good, right? Yeah.
It smells exactly like maple syrup, like on a first wash. It's good.
That is super good.
It is kind of unique, you said, about going through the flavors and the ideas of the strength of the bacon and the syrup. I find that very interesting simply because I don't know that people do understand that there are super light maple syrups and very molasses-noted maple syrups. And then not to mention with the bacon, there's lightly smoked where you can get that real good note. You really have to balance that. I would think the smoke note would be the really big decider of how you choose that.
I wanted a nice happy medium. I tend to go for things on the sweeter side, but everybody doesn't. So finding that perfect blend was hard, especially my second launch flavor is honey peach.
Oh, nice.
And honey peach, actually, it was really hard to find the right honey that didn't taste like flowers.
Yeah. Honey's the other problem. I mean, yeah, it's local honey's different.
Finding the right peach. Sometimes things were too peachy, so it took a while, but it was a great process. I mean,
this is Brandi Snyder, and she has her own company, and now it's called Southernality. Is that the name of the company?
Southernality.
And so
it's a good name.
That's a really good name. So I was asking about the permits in order to be able to sell moonshine in Kentucky. Is it difficult, or is it?
I had federal liquor licensing, state licensing in both states because I'm here, but my product's made in Kentucky.
Yeah. And then, so when you start wanting to sell it nationally,
I'll be selling to distributors.
Distributors,
It will be a national company, but I'm launching in the Southeast.
How much help are you getting from a lot of other people, or is this you're just kind of doing this on your own?
This is me.
That's amazing. That's a great
This
story.
is me. I have a couple investors, kind of that back me.
Yeah.
So it's a good process, but I still, at this time, retain a lot of the,
ownership
percent of the company of the ownership. And
Most of what we know about business, we watch from Shark Tank,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Right.
And Pawn Stars.
Yeah,
You start
Pawn Stars,
high and you go low.
So when you are launching something like this, like how much of what we see on Shark Tank is reality, where it's kind of it probably gets difficult as you get bigger, right?
it is difficult.
Yeah.
This is an expensive process
bet.
too. So
The equipment's
yeah.
ridiculous.
A lot of capital.
It's
The
a
equipment is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's a lot more than I imagined when I started it.
Yep.
I'm still ultimately really glad I started it, but it's been 2 years just to get to this point.
Yeah.
2 years.
Wow.
And you don't have anyone helping you. There's no man, no bunch of people, nothing.
I have a lot of support from friends and family and just people. Everybody wants to be in it and help me, but no, I'm a control freak. I kind of just.
God only knows how you made it here without a man.
Holy smokes, dude. You guys can
Welcome to
pretend like
2018.
it's just normal for a woman to start her own
It
company.
is. It's not normal.
It is not normal.
It's not normal.
You know what I
and
get
that's
a lot
why,
of?
and that's why it's very impressive.
Of course.
That's why. So I just have to ask: is there anyone else help you? And you say no. I think that's amazing.
No. I originally just started it as an apparel company, but like I said, I was like, God, Southernality just sounds like a whiskey. So it just
Your
made
Instagram
sense.
marketing is amazing.
Thank you.
So tell me how you, this is the interesting battle when it comes to getting a brand nationally. I mean, a lot of people think, well, it's producing the product, getting it bottled up and wrapped up. That's really kind of the easy part because that's just manufacturing. Tell me how you get shelf space in national places at
That's
Total
right.
Wines, ABC Liquors, and other liquor stores nationally that we don't have here in Central Florida or even in the Southeast. How do you get your product amongst all the other small batch
Right.
bourbons out there? How do you find a spot on space?
Well, first, I was going to start with 750 ml bottles, but you know what? That's a lot of shelf space.
It is.
So being that I'm a new brand, I started with 375 ml bottles, in their flasks
Yep.
shape. That way it will be easier for me to get those flavors in. And I was going to launch with 3, but not having my name out there yet, I just decided to launch with the strongest one, which is maple bacon, and to get myself the shelf space. But
It's really good too.
thank you.
Yeah.
Distributors. I have created good distributor relationships, mostly in the Southeast, because, like I said, it is a lot of work getting it out there.
So they act as an agent on your behalf when they go to the people who sell retail?
They do. They do.
Wow.
I've also done it clear flavored moonshine, which hasn't been done yet. So that's exciting. It's very
Clear flavored?
clear flavored.
What does that mean?
There's no colorant.
Okay.
It's clear and it's maple bacon.
What's your Instagram again?
Southernality.
Southernality.
Angel, question for Brandi, who has an incredible company.
And in this whole process, and it's fascinating the transition from, because as Southernality as a gear brand, as just clothing and stuff, obviously there's a cool kind of vibe to it. And then that process, like, was there one thing that pushed you to the, like, you know what, this would be an awesome as a bourbon? What was that transition quick, or did it just what was that inspiration like?
I actually do more acting than thinking. That's just how I do things. And I actually was sitting at happy hour when I realized it would be an amazing whiskey was my first thought. And I sat there and emailed my trademark attorney and just put it in and went for it.
Are you at happy hour again?
Yeah. We did this last time with an apparel company.
People are saying, well, your name is Brandi. Have you thought about making brandy?
She's a wild girl.
Yeah.
What a good girl she could be.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. I don't blame you.
No.
Your hat is cool as hell. That
What?
Southernality hat.
The hat.
That is cool as hell.
The hat is cool. We recently had Tyler Farr and Michael Ray wear the hat.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And they're my faves.
Oh, very good.
They're
So now, how long? I think you told me like 2 years you were interviewing country people and stuff like that.
A couple years.
Yeah. Now, were there some that were difficult to interview because and sometimes artists can be, open, and sometimes they're kind of closed.
I always like to. I tried to keep it interesting and not boring. So I always asked the questions that everybody wanted to know, but wasn't really appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
So I kept it really light and fun. So no, I've always had good experiences with that.
I heard Colt Mustang was kind of a jerk, though. Yeah.
What is your target demo for this product? I mean, it's interesting because your flavors are, kind of not your stereotypical shine flavors. I mean, you have some flavors out there that are very, feminine, and they are let me say this, are accessible to women. Do you have a target demo?
Obviously, I'm aiming more for the country crowd with a name like Southernality. No, but this is not. I like to say this isn't your grandfather's moonshine. Maybe this is your daughter's moonshine.
Yeah, and that's that's what I'm asking. It's an interesting marketing ploy, considering that moonshine really has not had the reputation of being something that women sit down and enjoy. But yet, with the flavor profiles that you have, it's kind of unique. And I wonder if a female audience will feel it, kind of at least give it a shot.
I hope so. I mean, I'm a female founder, which you don't find that very often in liquor brands either.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of taking that whole angle, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, some moonshine has like no taste. It's just that strong. And
White Lightning.
Yeah. Have you thought about doing something like that and then having mixers, and then you create the mixers? Is that it?
Sweet whiskey is my other launch flavor, and it's actually an old-fashioned. Do any of you guys?
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
But you know how you would take liquors and you'd have to mix your drink? This actually comes out tasting just like.
It's all ready, yeah.
It's already.
Just add your little twist of orange,
let's
and right
see
there we go.
Let's do that one.
It has a little bit of orange, has a little bit of cherry.
Yeah.
And this one is Southernality sweet whiskey. Okay, let's see what that tastes like. Let's give that a little.
Yep, get a little taste.
Smells good.
Like an old-fashioned.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. So you can just order that. You don't have to.
You don't have to mix it.
Wow, that's really, really good. Now, if people want to order this online, can they do that or no?
It will be available online.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
So when you set out to do this some time ago, are you going at the pace that you wanted to? Like, is this, or is it going quicker?
Is this
than you
taking
thought?
longer than you thought?
This is taking a lot longer than I imagined.
Is it really?
It is, but it's going to be worth it. I didn't want to do anything halfway. I wanted the whole presentation of the launch and everything to be amazing.
Yeah.
We are actually going to have the launch party locally. I hope you guys come. It's going to be this fall, early fall, end of summer fall.
Do you know where yet? Or?
The barn in Sanford.
Oh, nice. That's great.
I don't know if that fits.
I actually worked there 10 years ago as a bartender.
Did you really?
I did. So it felt
good
to go back.
And you know the history of the barn. That's where Garth Brooks got his start. A lot of
but
big
I
acts.
guess it's because that's where I worked there. It kind of felt good to go back with this launch.
I mean, that's historic. That place is awesome. Well, that's really, really great. Well, so glad you came in. Have you done other radio interviews, or are you doing more?
I have not. You guys are my first.
Oh, good. Well, that's awesome. Well, definitely when you have the launch party, you need to come back and see us and talk to us about it. And
I would love to. I can't wait to tell you guys who, I can't say it yet, but who the big country artist that is going to be playing the launch party.
Oh,
Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
It's
with-
Garth Brooks.
Definitely Garth Brooks.
With all your connections, though, I mean, there's a plethora of guys you probably could choose from.
It's Colt Mustang.
There's not a Colt Mustang.
Oh, you guys don't know about him yet?
He's definitely one of my favorites.
Good. And do you still go to Nashville a lot, or do you go to Nashville often? Or
I'm going to Nashville, hopefully around the CMA time, but I don't really get there that often. I go to Kentucky more. Have you? Kentucky's a good time.
I went to Kentucky. No, that was Tennessee. I'm sorry, because I went to the Jack Daniel's distillery. But I go to the CMA Awards every year for the past 10 years. I love it. Nashville is one of my favorite places ever. And so you go during the CMAs?
I've been to the CMAs once. It was years ago, but I figured it was time to go back. So
yeah,
it's been in the works. The plan.
Good.
Did you try to market at the Derby?
I'm sorry?
Did you try to market at the Derby by any chance?
No, and you know what? I would love to. And matter of fact, I would have loved to gone, but can it ever stop raining?
Yeah. I would think that would be a really good spot to set up and have people test your product.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is the audience.
And like again, I love it up there, Kentucky. So if are you guys bourbon drinkers?
I am now.
Yes.
I think one glance should have told you, really.
For sure. Well, good luck with it. If people want to follow you on Instagram, how do they do that?
On Instagram, it's Southernality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then southernality.com launches in 32 days.
Very cool. And you're on our YouTube channel right now, so hopefully that'll get out and people will be able to support you. And I think it's really awesome that you're doing it. And thank you for bringing the little gifts.
Thank you guys. I have some shirts and there's a backpack in here. I have one for a girl. You can go ahead and give it to whoever you want here. And then every flavor is here too.
Very
awesome.
nice.
We'll be drunk by one.
It's Brandi Snyder,
Thanks,
and
guys.
it's a great community. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, in a couple minutes, your chance to win $1,000 is coming up. All you got to do is text a keyword to 200-200, and you could win $1,000. All right, don't go anywhere. We come back. We'll have Deborah Roberts. You're listening to the Match of the Morning. Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
I hope you guys like it. There's some honey peach there for you too.
That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, the girl thing.
there a reason
my
we're jumping
wife
off
will
now?
wear it.
Is there a
For
reason
sure.
we're wrapping up, or you guys? Do we have to keep doing?
We can keep going if you want to.
And I brought you guys shirts too. Okay,
awesome.
there's some
Thank you.
stickers here. And
Yeah, she'll love
Oh,
it.
dude. Have a good one, man.
You guys don't play.
No, it's all talk. Yeah, it's all talk station, so.
You guys are on on Instagram, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. Check it out. I Heart Monsters, and kind of everybody's got their own different breakdown.
You got it.
Later, man.
Peace.
See ya.
Matter of fact, actually, you know what? I'll give you one of these. That says "Got all our info right here."
I'm ordering a hat as soon as you got them.
I should have brought you guys hats.
That is good. It's a great name too.
Kiss shirt.
Hey, it was great meeting you.
Pleasure to meet you. This is
You
awesome.
too.
Russ. You got live stream.
You got live stream right now.
Nice meeting you, Brandon. Have a good one.
Burlington's the summer of savings at your Burlington store. Hurry into Burlington for the very
Thank you.
trendy dresses, shorts, tanks, and tees for everyone. Check out this box. Swimsuits and sandals too, all at a fraction of the price.
I thought these were belt buckle stickers. I was like, that's a cool name.
Lightstream. Listen, a lot of people don't pay attention to some simple things, just like your credit card debt and the interest rate you're paying on your credit cards. Do you even know? Some people don't. It can be up to 17%. That's a lot. You can consolidate all your credit card loans and save yourself a lot of money if you go to lightstream.com. That's lightstream.com. Consolidate your credit card, loan. And pay one low monthly pay rate like 5.49% APR with autopay. That's right. It's lightstream.com. That's lightstream.com. You can save thousands of dollars in interest when you go to lightstream.com. They've got loans from $5,000 to $100,000, and there's no fees. It's a division trust bank, and the application is 100% online. So why not do this? Consolidate all your credit card loans and pay one low monthly rate. It's a good thing to do. It'll save you some money. Lightstream.com/monsters. That's lightstream.com/monsters is where you want to get an additional discount when you go to lightstream.com/monsters. So take advantage of this and save yourself some money. It's subject to your credit approval, and the rate includes a 0.50% auto pay discount. So you got to go auto pay, which is awesome. It's available only when you auto pay prior to the loan funding. Conditions apply, and the offer is subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/monsters for important information about the limits on the Lightstream loans and the same-day funding. You can get the funding on the same day. Lightstream.com/monsters. That's lightstream.com/monsters. You can save yourself thousands of dollars in interest. Lightstream.com.
Stream's good. Looks good. Everybody's happy in there. What's up, everybody? We are going to stay on a little bit longer, and as you guys can see, I love that no in there today is saying anything about the stream because it looks smooth, it looks good, and that's what we're trying to do for you guys every single day. So it's looking very nice.
It's cool.
She was nice.
She was nice. Anybody want a t-shirt?
You see a shirt?
A large.
Thank you, sir. Southernality.
Oh, I'll take it.
Do declare, that's a lovely shirt there, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, I like it. What is this? Velvet?
Southernality. I like it. She was great.
She'll be back for when they actually launch the
There,
program.
Angel. Russ?
The huh? I got it.
Boom.
The Texas service, they're like, oh, I can't believe you're such a sexist. Ask that question. Screw you.
That's ridiculous.
That's the question you're supposed to ask. It's unusual for a woman to be.
Of course, to making moonshine?
Yeah, it's not a wheelhouse. It's awesome to pay.
People are so politically correct these days. They're so scared to ask any questions.
I would, you know what? Half the people in the Texas service, I would figure 4 leg lock their ass.
No, we got a little bit. We still got 9 videos to the top. So
Here
it's looking good, guys.
Do you want to ride that long, or do you want to?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're doing it. Might as well. If you guys are here, I didn't know what the deal. If you guys were leaving or what's.
After to the top, they can leave.
Okay, cool.
So, I actually know if you want to keep going live just because of the title.
Yeah, but at least the title has YouTubers in it, fit couple. That has all good stuff. I don't care if my is in there.
Keep it rolling and see if we can.
Yeah.
See if we can save some from the other day. You know.
And because if we cut it off, then we got to jump on a new one, and everybody's on here already. It's okay. Yeah. Thanks, man.
It's called To the Top. Never
Never stop. Never.
Not in 10 minutes, stop.
Texas service. Screw this.
I'm almost fascinated.
All right, guys, everybody who's in the chat room right now, I want to know who's in here. If you've never written anything in the chat room before, write your name, where you where you at, and how long you've been listening to the show. Oh yeah, you can see that's anonymous people for you right there. Just a stream of anonymous douches.
Stay creepy. I wasn't creepy.